I recognize the member for Oak Bay, Golden Head.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. You will note on the order papers an amendment to Section 3 that's in my name, been in the order papers for quite some time. Honourable Speaker, I've listened to the discussion between the Minister and the member from Coquitlam-Millardville, who was a member of the actual committee that was charged with coming up with recommendations. As the member from Coquitlam-Millardville has pointed out numerous times, the discussions were assuming that expenses were going to occur through the entire campaign period. In fact, on page 33 of the report submitted to government, of which the member from Coquitlam-Millardville was a member, it states the following: the committee received notice from government late in the process of its work of a proposed change to the local elections campaign period from 46 days to 28 days. Committee members expressed concern that the 2014 expenditure data, including all spending from January the 1st until election day, and therefore the committee's recommendations were based on an analysis of a longer campaign period. One concern is that candidates may make purchases of election materials such as flyers or advertising materials, and use these materials before a 28-day period and not have this captured as an expense. Committee members agreed that in order for expense limits to be effective, they must apply to all campaign spending. They concluded that the local election expense limits recommended by the Committee for Electoral Organizations and Candidates should apply from January the 1st of the election year to election day. Now, Honourable Speaker, government had a majority on this committee. So this statement, buried within the report, was supported by the government majority on the actual committee as well. My amendment that I'm bringing forward here is actually to try and reflect the wishes of the committee, wishes that were, frankly, I think, as the member from Coquitlam-Millardville has done with a number of other amendments that we'll discuss later today, of which I agree and support all of, trying to reflect the same thing, is that the numbers that were used were basing a campaign period that was supposed to, were based for an entire campaign period, not just for this artificial construct that has been brought forward by government in the bill that we see before us. So in that spirit, I'd like to move at this stage, Honourable Chair, that it's on the order papers the following. I won't read the entire amendment out, but it's with respect to Section 3 that it be amended by deleting the text, and the text that's being deleted is under subsection 2A, and the text is on the 28th day before general voting day for the election, and adding the underlined text as shown. And the underlined text as shown, Honourable Chair, is this: at the start of the calendar year in which the election is held, or on the 46th day before general voting day, whichever is longer. So, Honourable Speaker, this change, this amendment is designed explicitly to reflect the assumptions that the committee, of which government had a majority, were operating under when they made further recommendations in terms of funding. And with that, Honourable Chair, I move the amendment accordingly.
Shall the amendment pass?
Aye.
Oppose? The nays have it. Division has been called.
Okay, bring your 3 times slowly.
Honourable members, the question is the amendment moved by the Honourable member from Oak Bay Golden Head on Section 3 of Bill 17. All those in favour, please rise. Thank you. Be seated. Those opposed, please rise. Thank you. Be seated. Madam Clerk.
Those voting yea: Hamill, Simpson, Robinson, Horgan, Dix, Ralston, Corrigan, Fleming, Popham, Conroy, Chandra, Herbert, Fraser, Kergianis, Eby, Mungal, Mark, Elmore, Wickens, Shin, Heyman, Darcy, Donaldson, Krogh, Trevena, McDonald, Chohan, Rice, Holman, B. Routley, Huntington, and Weaver, 31. Those voting nay: Yamamoto, Michelle, Stillwell, Stone, Fassbender, Oakes, Watt, Verk, Rustad, Wilkinson, Morris, Pym, Sultan, Hamilton, Reamer, Ashton, Hunt, Sullivan, Sturdy, Bing, Kajia, Lake, Polak, DeYoung, Clark, Anton, Bond, Bennett, Letnick, Bernier, Yap, Thornthwaite, McCrae, Plekas, Kylo, Taggart, Throness, Martin, Foster, Dalton, Gibson, and Moira Stillwell, 41.
The amendment fails.